Okay, we're back with a brand new episode
Hi, we are reporting live from Soho, New York.
from.
Episode number 7. Lucky
Welcome.
number 7. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it? Episode 7.
How many episodes is this season?
I have no idea yet. We're still
We're
rolling. in with
taking
it.
August off.
We don't know. I think we're taking a little
I
time.
know. I'm not working on August.
No, same. I know.
I'm
but
going to Europe and I'm not coming back till September.
wow, that sounds so
Giving you a
exciting
heads
for you.
up.
I didn't know that. When is
Yeah,
that,
you're
when
going to
is
take
that
care of
trip happening?
Facebook for 4 weeks.
Wow, that's so exciting for me.
Because you're going to spend a month in Tel Aviv.
I'm spending
June,
literally an
so-
extra 7 days after you.
We'll see.
Anyways, for all of you guys that are listening and tuning in, this is your reminder to order your mother some flowers because Sunday is Mother's Day.
Oh, it's Mother's Day.
Did you get your mom some flowers?
I send her money every month, so we're good.
Okay, that's a really good. Well, I need to make sure that Sunday. By the way, I have plans. I'm going to see my mom.
I'll make sure to call her. Oh, are you going to?
Yeah, Sunday I have plans. I'm
So I
going
can go
see
to
my mom.
Paradisco at Leven?
Yeah.
That could be my Sunday plan.
That could be your Sunday. That could be your
'Cause I
Mother's
don't
Day
have
plans.
to spend time with my mom, so I could just like have.
Wow,
Good.
that's so sweet of you.
Go for me.
I'll only be there for. I think I'm going to take her for lunch or
Did
breakfast.
you buy her anything?
I'm taking her out for lunch or breakfast, I said. That's like my Mother's Day treat for her. And I'll get her flowers.
I need a gift.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're special. You're definitely.
I need the dinner, the lunch, the breakfast, the flowers, and the gift.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't count.
So you're the mother in this relationship.
Yeah, well, I mean, sure. Well, I have an ad coming out soon
Yeah.
for Mother's Day.
That's right. Christian's working with a brand to promote Mother's Day because there's a mother in every family.
We are a family. It doesn't matter. The concept of family has changed so much that,
There's 100 interpretations.
I mean, a mom can be a dad and a dad can be a mom when, that energy is missing in a family. And,
100%. I have zero. I completely agree.
good. I'm happy that you agree with this. So what has happened this week? What is happening this week?
We have a special guest on our
Oh, yeah.
podcast today.
If you're watching on YouTube.
Kim Kardashian's
Kim Kardashian.
here. She's present. She made it onto
Ciao, Kim
our
collection.
We wanted our first guest to be like, premium.
Iconic.
So we decided that Kim, she begged us to be on the podcast, obviously. And here she is.
Good. We are going to jump into what we're going to do this week.
What are we going to do this week?
I mean...
Tell us, what is your first...
So we got invited to go to the GLAAD Award, which we're going to talk about it next week after we do that little situation.
Yeah, it's next Saturday. We still don't know what we're wearing, but it's our first time actually going to the GLAAD Awards as a couple.
So pretty exciting. It's my first time invited, actually. So
Me too.
because we finally came out.
I think...
And now we're getting invited.
I honestly feel like it's...
They wouldn't matter.
They're
Like, they're still in the closet. So now that
They're
we
like, oh,
came
they're-
out, now we're getting invited to this thing.
Yeah.
Just
They're like, we're not
silver
sure about
linings.
them. Yeah.
Good.
But Christian, tell me, you said that you were watching your new favorite wine show.
Okay, so we decided that every week we're gonna, if there's something interesting that we are like watching on TV, we should share it. And now there's this show on Apple TV again. I'm a big supporter of Apple. It's called Drops of God.
Okay.
It's about wine. Since I'm a sommelier, I really like everything wine related.
Everything is wine related these days.
I mean, I feel so related to the whole situation. So this show, it's about this millionaire that dies, and he has a daughter and a protege. And he owns this $115 million private collection of wine with like rare wines and like the craziest wines, the most expensive wines. So the daughter doesn't inherit the collection right away. She has to go on a blind tasting battle with his protege that he trained at this university in Japan, because the show takes place in France and Japan. So if you don't like subtitles, this is not a show for you. But if you like subtitles, or you can put up with them, it's half in French, half in Japanese, and and the other third in English. But it's so interesting to see how she has to learn how to become a sommelier so quickly. And if you like wine, this is such an interesting. It's a thriller, and I mean, I'm hooked. I watched 4 episodes. Can't wait to watch the next one. And I mean, like seeing her going through this, it reminded me all the 6 months that I did my sommelier training, and I just got so excited, and like I love it. It's so good.
I still haven't watched it, but
Because you
Christian
don't
said,
share my passions.
yeah, I wouldn't. I
You
feel like
don't share my
I-
passions.
I like that it's a thriller because I would get hooked on because it's a thriller. But I did start
He usually
watching.
falls asleep after 20 minutes.
Yeah, usually like I fall asleep. Well, it's
But now he wants me to watch an Holocaust show. So probably I'm going to fall asleep
no,
after 20 minutes.
it's so different. Like I usually would agree with you, but this Holocaust show, it's called A Small Light on Hulu. It's about Miep Gies, who is the woman that hit Anne Frank's family, and she's the one that preserved the diary. It is, I promise you, I thought too, like I was a little bit skeptical because I am a little bit skeptical about Holocaust movies and shows, and they didn't glamorize it. There's no like cast that's like, the cast isn't like gorgeously hot, you know, it's not like they didn't glamorize it, but it's so intense and it's so well produced. And I honestly, if you have to watch it, there's already 2 episodes out. The third is coming out. There's 3 episodes out. It's on Hulu. And no, it's incredible that Disney has put money and energy behind this because it's such an important topic and educating, the future, because some people don't even know what the Holocaust is.
Well, some people deny the Holocaust.
Some people deny the Holocaust. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So I think it's really important. Holocaust education is extremely important.
All
And
right,
you have to watch it. I promise you, I wouldn't tell you that to watch it if it was bad. If
Okay, enough talking about religion.
yeah, it's not about religion.
You want to
it's
bring
history.
it up all the time.
It's literally history, and you're the one that brought it up.
And finally, we're reaching the end of Eurovision.
Oh my gosh.
I can't listen to these songs anymore. They are so fucking bad. And he plays them since he wakes up till he goes to bed. And sometimes I don't listen to music at 10 p.m. at night because I'm going to bed. He plays these pop songs.
Yeah.
With these awful lyrics.
Okay, you know what?
At 10 p.m. before I go to bed, and it's just driving me insane. But we are seeing the end of the light.
I'm still gonna play them all summer long. Get ready.
Well, you're gonna spend it in Tel Aviv without me.
Okay.
But tell us about the Eurovision show for people that don't know about Eurovision.
So for all you guys don't know what Eurovision is basically the Super Bowl of Europe of music, and basically every country, not every country, some countries that participate in Europe, plus Australia and Israel, they also participate. They're not part of Europe, but they could participate.
Russia is not part of Europe either.
Right, and Russia. Well, Russia's not participating this year because of, whatever else is going on.
Yeah,
anyways, Eurovision is the Super Bowl of European music.
It's like a cheesy American Idol.
It's supposed to be fun and camp and different and just exciting. And this year, there are some really great songs. The queen of Eurovision, Loreen, is returning. And
no one knows who she is, so can you enlighten?
Everyone knows that song. Everyone knows the song Euphoria. Euphoria, whenever. Everyone knows that song.
If you are an homosexual in
everyone knows that song. Like
Chechnya,
that song
you will recognize that
any
song.
Club you go into in Europe, like gay or non-gay, they always play that song.
We're in
always.
America, the land of
like
plenty.
I said, it's Europe. Anyways, this year's a lot different because, first of all, our girl Noah Curel, who I adore, she's like the Noah Curel. You're so annoying.
She's Moti's favorite. She's this Israeli, really cute, really hot, really talented girl. She has a very funny song called Unicorn. It's like a rework of The Eye of the Tiger from Katy Perry. What was Roar? It feels like it had that same vibe.
Yeah, well, it feels fresh and new, and I think it's camp and it's gimmicky, but it's pop and fun all at the same time.
It is fun. I sing along sometimes.
It's meant to be camp. It's not meant to be you're not supposed to put out a heartfelt R&B track.
Can we hear a clip here so they can see what we're talking about?
Yeah, Israel's entry this year is Noah Curel. She's not an up-and-coming singer, but she is basically the biggest pop singer in Israel. And
huge.
She's the biggest pop singer in Israel, and she is going to be representing the country with her song Unicorn. Now, of course, the words are a little gimmicky and a little whatever, but that's the point of Eurovision. For the first time ever, non-participating countries will be able to vote. So,
wow.
Yeah, we don't know what that's going to look like because that could make or break the
So finally you can vote.
I know, I could finally vote. And
how many times can you vote? Can you vote more than one time?
I'm not really sure, but you have, for those that are if you're in a non-participating country, you have to download the app, Eurovision's official app, or you go on Eurovision Song Contest, esc.vote, and you're able to vote there. So let's vote for our girl, Noah Kirel. Be sure you guys vote. It's this Saturday. If she makes it to the finals, we don't even know if she's making it to the finals, but I think she's making it to the finals.
Well, if you want me to vote for her,
Yeah, you're gonna
have to do something for me.
You're going to be sitting right next to me. I'll make sure that you're voting for sure.
No, I'm gonna make sure you do something for me then.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, anyways.
You ready to talk about our subject?
Moving on to today's subject, we wanted to...
Something that I'm very good at.
Christian is a very...
I mean, I'm Latino, so I feel like all Latinos, we are like passionate.
Yeah, passionate. Actually, passionate is code word for crazy.
It's an euphemism for jealous.
Yeah.
Celoso.
Yeah. So tell us what we're going to talk.
You're going to guide this whole conversation?
We're kind of going to talk today about how you deal with a jealous boyfriend or a jealous partner.
And how can you overcome it? Because I was a crazy psycho.
Still jealous. Are. What changed? When did that change?
I let you do stuff now. You can go out with your friends without having to. I like you disable the location sharing thing, and I'm like, I don't get that crazy anymore.
Not that crazy anymore. That's the keyword.
Yeah,
that
but
crazy.
You have to keep some like boundaries, and I feel like jealousy helps you, shape your relationship in the way you wanted it to be.
Right. So I feel like we have to like kind of break down like why one would get jealous. Like why does jealousy occur in some people and some people aren't?
And when it's I feel like I want to say like love-based jealousy, and when it's like psycho crazy.
Right, there's
like
two different
controlling jealousy.
There's three different versions actually. So like if you were,
because mine was always love.
Right. Would you consider yourself a jealous person?
Of friends, of my loved ones, even people touching my dog. Maybe I'm possessive and not jealous. But yeah, I'm a jealous person. Yeah, I just want the attention from me. And
okay, so there's that type of jealousy, and there's also the jealousy of just like whether you're missing. Like you feel like there's FOMO or like there's, I feel like there's so many levels of jealousy here. But when me and Christian first started dating, we were obviously long distance.
Which makes it very hard.
Which makes it very, very hard.
And I'm a jealous person. So whenever I saw him doing things on its own without me.
Like what kind of things? Like you have to like please paint us a picture.
Just going to get coffee on your own, that made me jealous. And I'm like, what are you talking to on the way there?
He'd be like, why are you breathing? Did I like...
No, it wasn't. It was I wanted to be with you all the time. And back in the day, we used to travel so much. We used to get invited to so many, we still do, right? So I remember you going on these trips without me, and that used to drive me insane because, it takes one to know one. And I have been a bad boy on a couple of occasions. So I just felt that whenever you were on those trips, maybe you had the temptation of like, someone gets bored, someone met someone, and like you could cheat on me, and that will drive me insane. So I needed to be,
But I feel like you're projecting because I feel like that's what you would probably do. So you're like, oh, if I'm going to do this, then Moti's probably also going to do this.
Yeah, well, that is true.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. That's exactly, I feel like that's a you problem and not a me problem.
Well, I also been cheated on in the past. So I carry this like insecurity.
Right.
Right. So, and I was crazy because I was so in love with you that I just wanted to protect what we had.
Right.
So that's. I feel like sometimes when someone is jealous, you need to really see does this person love me, or is just a controlling person,
right.
Or is he cheating on me and he's projecting, like you said. Like you need to, and I'm happy that you could see past this and like realize that I actually care for you, and it was only a frustration. Right? All the crazy things I did to you, like ignore you, like block you, like...
We're going to get into that. So I would really love to let everyone know. What are some things that you would do when you were jealous?
Well, you also weren't an easy person to deal with. You put yourself in some situation that provoke a man.
Okay, what kind of positions?
You like to take naked selfies with other guys at the gym and post them online. I think that's not appropriate, but you fail to see it. That? You still do it. You did it last week. It's been 8 years of you constantly doing that with other guys. I don't like it, but you keep doing it. I have brought that to you. Like, I don't mind if you post a shirtless selfie. It's okay, but you always want to do it with a hot guy.
Well,
and I don't like it.
who was it?
And I feel like a
Who
lot
was
of
it, 2
people
weeks?
will agree that that's not appropriate.
That's not even it. That's just like, that doesn't even make sense, Christian. If I was right now on
So
the
this
beach,
is an irrational
that's so
jealousy.
okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, it's a friend. Like, let's say, like, I know what you're
You
talking
have no
about.
experience in relationship. This is the first one. So for the next one, you might be more careful with what you share online.
Okay. First of all, like, if that means
You see how am I getting heated?
you're saying that if someone was on the beach right now with your friends, you can't take a photo with them because you're shirtless with them.
Well,
This
at
is
the
your
beach
friend.
is an appropriate place to be
Okay,
shirtless.
I was at the locker room gym and with my straight friend Walter.
Oh, Walter, Doggy,
Okay.
Alex Costa,
We were-
Garnet. Let's name
were
it. You
literally at
being
the
naked
spa.
with them,
We were
constantly
literally at the
posting
spa.
them like, oh, and
Who
it was 2 or 3.
cares?
I do care. It makes me. I don't
Why
like
does it make
it.
you angry?
Because I don't think it's appropriate that you should be doing that.
But
But that's one of the many things you do, and that's one of the many times that I still get jealous, because I don't get jealous anymore when you go on trips. Because
What?
finally, well, you know what? A lot changed once I moved to the New York City.
Yeah.
Because when I was living in Aruba, it was hard to control you, but now I can control you here.
Yeah, I know, that's it. By the way, when I still travel, Christian still ignores me.
Yeah,
when we
but
travel.
I'm actually happy that you leave me alone in the
Yeah.
apartment, because I can have my own party at home without you,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So
I can't wait.
things have changed.
I can't wait for August for you to be out of the apartment so then I could
Well,
have
I'll be
my own
having party in France,
Yeah.
so don't worry. You can
I'm
have
sure
your
you're
party.
gonna have such a huge party there.
So things have changed once I moved here, and it's not that I can keep an eye on you, but it helps a lot that we live under the same roof or in the same city at least. Because sometimes when you're missing that person, it's so frustrating that you lash out at little things, like you posting a selfie with another guy, and like
It's
man,
just
I wish
these are
it
just my
was
friends, and who
me.
cares?
But I feel
And
like
they're not always shirtless. They're like also just in gym clothes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you went to this
Mm-hmm.
to meet this like no one.
Oh, I remember. First of all,
Could you call him your best friend? You
I
have
didn't
seen
call
the
him-
guy twice
okay.
in your life?
I never called him my best friend, but yeah, on social media, like we meet people. You know this. How many friends have you made through social media?
A lot, but you don't count them as real friends.
You don't count them as real.
Do you
friends.
count that kid as your real friend?
I mean, not that I don't count him as a real friend, but I feel like
Anyway, long story short, but not to make
you can't say that and then not let me defend it. Anyways, I would still call him a friend, but like not as a friend.
And I
like-
have Moti's location actually, so I went. So he said
Yeah.
he was going out with him.
Right. I said I was going out for I was meeting a friend for coffee,
And I
basically.
wanted to know what they were doing, and I see their body language while they were talking, because I know Moti had the hots for him.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, of course you
No,
do.
I didn't.
That's the only reason you go with people.
So you're projecting because you do that
You
all
have
the
seen my
time.
friend; they're not good looking.
And you meet all these people, and that means you're telling me that that's why you're afraid, because that's what you do, because you're meeting people that you're interested in.
Not all the time.
Oh, okay, not all the time, exactly. So anyways,
I chased him to this coffee place.
Yeah.
He was looking at the whole conversation through the window
Yeah.
to make sure that he wasn't doing. I know it was a public place, but I just wanted to see
I
how
remember
excited
looking
and
at the
then
corner of
he
my I saw
got
the
me.
corner of my eyes, and then he saw that I caught him.
That
and
was so funny. But I look at you and like I think I'm pointing at you like I'm watching you.
No, you didn't. I noticed that you saw that I caught you, and you just ran the other direction.
But you knew I was
so
around.
quick.
I know that was.
So quick. I was like, oh my God, he's so crazy. One year, speaking of these stories, one year I got invited to go to the El Clasico match in Miami with Nivea Men.
And I got invited to go with him.
I first, at that time, like I was, you know what, I really want, me and Christian were doing long distance. So like every opportunity that I got, I wanted to bring Christian with me as my plus one, or he'll bring me.
I was
as
so
his plus
excited
one.
to come. I was already packing, pulling
He also
looks.
like, no, he wasn't neither of those things. It was literally like an hour later. Anyways, he does not care about soccer. He does not care about sports. He just wanted to go like to have a good time.
to
That was
spend
it.
time with you.
And spend time with me. Obviously, and I want to spend time with him as well. But a part of me, no, like I would regret it if I didn't bring my twin brother to the El Clasico match, because he is such a huge soccer fan and he would appreciate it more than me, you combined. And I would have felt terrible. So I texted.
So you chose him over me.
And that's my twin brother, of course. I chose him over you.
I hope he chose you over
Anyone.
anyone.
He would. He for sure would.
Mm-hmm.
He would choose his twin. Yeah, he would. He would, you little bitch.
Oh God, you're so easy to trip.
Oh my God. Anyways, I chose him and he had the best time ever. And I remember videoing him on the field.
I sent you to hell that
Oh
weekend.
my God, you were terrible.
I yelled at
I
you.
thought we
I
broke
bully
up.
you. I texted my ex back, telling him that it was a bad idea that I left him, that I regretted it.
You did.
Probably.
You really did. I remember. I was like, are you crazy? All because of that.
All because of that, yeah.
You did do that, I remember.
I tend to overreact when I feel hurt. And you hurt me.
Okay, but you do understand now that me telling my twin brother to come, like, that's a important, like, do we agree on that?
No, I still don't see it. We were supposed to spend a nice weekend together in Miami, and you decided.
You know what? You're about to like just run out right now. Like, you're like, you know what? I forgot about that. Let me just march out.
I'm sweating because I'm so angry about it.
Yeah. Looks like you're furious.
Also, I remember that through the long distance relationship, you and Joey used to FaceTime so much.
Goodness.
You used to like screenshot it and post it, and like you two are in bed naked, screenshotting your FaceTimes and posting them for the world
we were
to
literally
see.
shirtless, but like that's how like when you FaceTime your like
I don't think
friends,
that's
like,
appropriate behavior of someone that is in a relationship.
But you know what, Christian? Like, you don't know our friendship. Like, we're friends.
You barely knew him.
We were good friends at that point.
Are you good friends now?
We're still friends. I'm still friendly with him. I just don't see him as often because he lives in LA and I live here. So it's not necessarily like that. But do remember.
Doesn't put himself in my situation. I was like going through it. I was in a long distance. I couldn't handle
Christian
it very well.
thought
and he keeps thinking that posting like these kind of images on social was okay.
These are just my friends though. Like, why am I going to stop being myself with my friends?
Well, this is what like sometimes people, you can't stop
I feel like
being.
this is a therapy session instead.
Shut up and talk. You need to. There are some adjustments in your way of approaching life, moving forward once you decide to share it with someone else. You can't keep doing whatever you want. I'm not going to change it because I'm in a relationship. Yeah, you need to adjust some of your
adjusting.
behavior.
I'm not like sleeping with other people.
You're a man.
I'm not like dating other people. I'm not like flirting with anyone. Like, that's different.
I don't know because I don't live here. I didn't live here at the time.
Stop yelling.
I'm just trying to make a point.
Yeah. Anyways, you also thought that every one of my friends, I was having a relationship with every one of my friends, with Anthony, Marcel, Joey. You
Never
thought
with
everyone.
Anthony.
Yes, you did.
Two bottoms together. I knew nothing was going to happen.
You actually thought, you're like, did you ever hook up with me? You once said that to me. I remember in the beginning.
No.
And you didn't like any of them because of that.
I didn't like them because they didn't like me. Because they knew I was a psycho, so they thought that you deserve better than me. Look at them. They all like me better than you.
Yeah. You know what? They're not wrong.
But they all like me better than you. They all always text me to go out. They don't text you.
They do text me. I just
they
don't
know
go out
I'm a
as
good
often.
time.
Yeah, you are a good time. No one said that you're not a good time.
I am a good time. So,
because we're
for
going
example,
off track.
here's an example. Like,
I love it how this episode's like mainly about like, let's bash Moti.
No.
And make lies. You're actually even lying. Like, that's the annoying part.
How would you react when someone hits on you? How do I react when someone hits on you on the street? Or what's the appropriate behavior when
someone hits on me?
We've been to the bar and you've seen guys approaching and you absolutely say nothing. You're like,
yeah, because I don't really care. Because I'm so secure about myself. Because I'm such a diamond that like if you were to wanting not to be with me, that's okay. Because I'm a motherfucking diamond.
No, you're good at hiding your feelings. Because I know you get jealous.
I get jealous, but I don't.
You don't show them.
I don't get like. I get jealous in the sense of like, yeah, I'll get upset and disappointed, but I won't get like controlling and psycho. I will never get like, who the fuck is that? Who are you texting? Till this day, I have never, this is like my biggest accomplishment in this relationship. Till this day, I have never gone through your cell phone. Till this day.
I have never gone through your cell phone. I have gone through your laptop.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing. My text messages are on there, so you definitely went through my laptop.
I never.
And what did you find there?
Here's nothing.
Exactly. Get that on nothing. He won't find anything.
Because he's good at hiding things. No, I never did it on purpose. I never went through your conversation. You have left your laptop open, and I see you texting as you leave the house, and I just boop, close it down. Because if you search, you find, and I don't want to find anything.
You won't find anything.
Anyway,
what you don't know doesn't hurt. Actually, you're right.
Good to know.
But there's nothing there. I don't delete my messages like you do.
Yeah, but I don't delete messages.
Yes, you do. You delete messages.
You do.
Yeah, I deleted messages from 2018 because I was cleaning out my laptop.
Let this be testament of how much we trust each other. Because even though we're jealous and there's some loyalty in our relationship and trust, because since day one, I have your password, and since day one, we both have our passwords. and we have never changed them in 8 years, and I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, Christian has my password from not from I don't
So
know.
he knows I'm cheating on him since day one, so I am nothing to hide anymore.
Were you?
No.
Let me ask you a question. What are
What are
Hold
what?
on, wait.
I have a list here. If we wanna talk about further this, because something that I
what
wanna.
are some speaking about cell phones? What are
Have I made you cut a friendship because I'm crazy jealous?
have you made me cut a friendship? You know what? I will say, and I'll be honest now, like it's my first time being open with it in front of you. Like I definitely feel that I may have distanced some friends or was afraid to be friends with because of how crazy you were. Yeah.
Even though once I moved to New York and things got better.
A little bit better. They've gotten better now for sure. But
So things get better.
yeah, things get better. Things definitely get better because I feel like you've realized like not everyone is you. And I'm not going to like leave you and cheat on you. And just because I have a super hot friend doesn't mean that I'm sleeping with them. Also, like
If you had your chance, you would. Let me make that clear.
maybe.
I know you. That's why.
But also, it's okay that I have good looking friends. Like I can hang out with my friends and post with them and do whatever I want. Like I'm not doing anything that a friend wouldn't
Yeah,
do.
but here's the thing. Some people might see it in the wrong way, and part of
why
me.
do you
But no,
care?
look. And
Why do you care what people
this is very
think?
personal. I usually don't say it, but I think it's like a lot of people can relate to that. Just the idea of me looking stupid in front of people, right? It makes me so angry.
Really? So
and
what?
if you make me look stupid because you're doing something behind my back, or like people are starting to talk like, oh, look at Moti and that guy. Like, Christian is so like an idiot because he let him do that. And like I don't. Sometimes
But I didn't
don't
do
like
anything. I didn't do it.
that.
No one's thinking that. No one's saying that. That's like such an old fashioned way of thinking. Like, oh man, I can't believe like the husband lets the girl go out for like it's such an old fashioned way of thinking. Like, oh she's out with her girlfriends. Like, how dare her let him? Like, that sounds
I
like
feel
so old
stupid when you
fashioned.
post all those pictures because you barely share those images with me.
Yes,
Or you used to do it
I
less
do.
in the past.
I did them
And
so-
it was okay for you to share with
I
some other hot
always
guy.
did them with you whenever we hung out. All the time I posted.
You will die and you will never admit that was something that you should not do. And I want everybody that is listening to the podcast weigh in on this dilemma that I have. I don't really love when he's sharing so many like sexy pictures with other guys. I don't think it's appropriate.
Christian, you post
So
sexy
please
photos.
send your
post-
DM and tell us, Christian, you're right. Oh no, Christian, fuck off. You're not right.
like a photo like after the gym with a friend.
I don't
like
think it's appropriate.
I don't think that's not, and also a straight friend nonetheless. Also, Christian like literally.
So straight is a very
Christian.
fluid term. This
Okay, let me ask you a question. Is it appropriate to literally take photos and I don't know have your whole Chiquito out, bulge it and everything? Is that appropriate?
I mean, you do it.
No, I don't.
Well, that's how we learned the third.
Right?
So that's what I do.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly. I thought so. So if that's okay.
Well, when
that's
you met
definitely okay.
me, I was already parading myself in Speedos in Aruba for 5 years
Well,
before
things
we
just
met.
have to-
So this is not a place where I haven't been before. And also, I'm a model. I'm supposed to be naked all the time.
And according to your logic, things change when you're in a relationship. Like you have to change. Remember,
this
that's
is
what you
how
said.
I make money.
You can't change. You can't be a hypocrite.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question now.
Does it get better, Moti?
No. What? Yeah, it does get better. For sure, it definitely gets better. But what's some advice you would give someone who is dealing with jealousy, like being a jealous person? Like, what are some things? And don't say drinking.
I would say, like, I have this, and I firmly believe in this advice that I will tell you. If you're thinking that he's cheating on you, you better cheat. So in case he's cheating on you, you are already cheating on him, so you're good. So you don't feel stupid at the end of the relationship.
And what if he's not cheating on you?
Because I felt stupid. I never cheated on a couple of my ex-boyfriends. And I found out that he cheated on me the whole fucking time. So that fucking ruined me. So right now, I'm like, you know what? Let me cheat just in case he decides to go that way.
So you're cheating on me.
No, I never did.
Okay. So what if he's not doing that? That's like the worst advice I've ever heard, by the way. That's like literally the worst advice I've ever heard.
Well, you're talking to a very jealous person. I'm
Yeah.
not hiding this here that I became a better person in the past.
Because what if they're not
Well,
cheating
you know
on
what?
you?
I trust you blindly, and I even though I can control everything you do, I know you love me. So I just try to focus on how good we have it, and like how we always talk about the future, and how I know you want to be with me unconditionally. So
Unconditional.
it's a part of maturing, growing up. when we started, it was more difficult for me. But now, after 7 years together, like it got better. But in my core, I'm still very jealous.
Yeah.
I still see a guy talking to you at the disco. I still like have a little fire inside of me. That usually, instead of like me coming for you and like getting angry, I just go to the another corner and start talking to another guy. So you kind of feel the same that I'm feeling, but it fails completely because
Yeah.
you fucking never give a flying fuck about it.
It's not that I don't give a shit about it. It's because I trust you so much, but maybe I should not trust you
So
anymore.
well, honestly, if you can take the hit of a jealous boyfriend, in a loving way, because that's how I feel. My jealousy comes from not a good place, but it's more based on like I don't want this to fall apart, and I try to protect you. But if you are having an abusive relationship with a very controlling a boyfriend that is like not allowing you to do this, not allowing you to do that, like actually being aggressive, then you should end it for sure. You shouldn't allow anyone to control your life based on like an idea of that you're cheating on
Right.
him, that he doesn't. There's some crazy people out there,
Right.
right? I feel like you can differentiate from someone like me that is just mostly emotional than someone that is actually a psychotic, crazy person that is just controlling you because probably he's trying to keep you in this little
box.
cage
Yeah.
so you don't see what he's doing around.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot of cases that these guys try to keep the girl or the other guy.
Are you like, I feel like you're contradicting yourself a little bit.
No. There are ways. No, jealousy has many aspects. We
Yeah.
have talked about it. I'm not contradicting myself. There are cases of emotional jealousy like me because it's based on love, and there's another cases of jealousy that is just to control the other person.
Right. They get high off like
you
controlling
don't see
them.
what they are actually doing.
Yeah.
Right. So I will give an advice to try to realize where this jealousy is coming from. If it comes from a good place, if it's just having FOMO, if it's just like a little insecure, if he suffered a trauma when he was younger, or if this is a monster that you're dating and you just realize that he is like
He's a
actually
monster.
controlling you and like making you have a hard time and a bad time. And like you shouldn't stick with
Together,
that relationship,
yeah.
right? You know what I'm trying to say? Do you want to translate for the audience?
I feel like I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to think like what is.
There's not an advice. Yeah, my only advice, if you're dealing with an asshole that is a control jealous freak, dump the motherfucker.
Wow, that's what I should have done.
Yeah.
I should have kicked him to the curb. Honestly, Christian got a lot better. Once he moved here, he got a lot better. I think, honestly, the one thing that you should do is if you're someone that is jealous, I feel like just having more communication and just giving that security from your partner or getting it from your partner, like saying, hey, look, like, I'm a little like anxious that you're going to the movies with your straight friend, but like, like just, I think that there's trust issues there. And I think you just have to A, work on them yourselves, or B, just have more communication and more transparency with your relationship, because that's something that will come natural. Like the partner will make you feel secure about the relationship so you don't have to feel that way. And I feel like sometimes maybe that was what I did wrong. Like maybe I made you feel secure, but I feel like I remember like leaving events early, like to go home to FaceTime you. I remember not going to events to FaceTime you. I remember like at work, I would call you and like I would be talking to you 24/7. So like I feel there was a lot that I've devoted to give you that security.
But it was so early in our relationship that I feel like it was only expected. And
Yeah,
the
early
you wanted to do it too.
That's like the butterflies and the lovey-dovey season. It's the honeymoon era.
We still live in the honeymoon.
Yeah, we're always in the honeymoon era.
So I answered your question, right? How to deal with a jealous boyfriend, right? How, with your experience, because you deserve an Oscar and an award and like
everything a gold
because
star.
You went through a lot with me. What would you advise to someone dealing with a jealous person?
So I think one thing that it's if you guys are long distance, that obviously creates another strain to it. But one thing is communication, giving him security, making him feel more secured in the relationship, whether it's giving details or sending photos or like giving updates constantly. I think for the first, couple of times, I feel like is important just to give, if you really care about the relationship and you really want to continue the relationship, you'll do it. It's not like he's controlling you and he should trust you, but obviously it takes time to build trust, or we don't know what the person's background is, like why he doesn't trust you, or we don't know. But in order to build that relationship that you care about, I feel like it's important to over communicate sometimes. Maybe that can help. I think that's what I should have done. Even though like I feel like I did it, and like I would send photos to you. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to see this. Like, Ugh. So like I don't know if that would work with everyone, but I think there would be some kind of sense of security there.
Yeah, that would have helped a lot because I know when you are in Miami in Twist and you don't text me for 7 hours.
Well, why would I text you? My phone is out of.
Because you're busy with.
I'm busy. I'm busy with my friends. I'm busy at the strip lounge.
I know.
Okay, now.
That's why I don't text you when you're on your trips.
Well, sometimes on the trips, like it's not like a party trip. Some trips are just trips.
He posts a story, but he doesn't text me, and I'm like, oh, he has time to post a story, but he doesn't have time to reply to.
Anyways, we asked. This isn't the Let's Bash Moti episode. Anyways, we asked some of the listeners at home on some
a crazy story about a jealous boyfriend or girlfriend.
Any story. We have a couple. We actually there was a lot of good ones this week, but we chose just a couple. Our first one is.
This is Anita from Arizona.
This is Justin Bieber from Los Angeles. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Okay.
One time I told my boyfriend I'm going to the movies with a friend. Totally casual, just a friend. He said, have fun, and was acting completely normal. Then, as we arrived almost at the cinema, he was hiding with a hood over his head, he looked like the killer from I Know What You Did Last Summer. He was also smoking at the time. And out of nowhere, he just jumped out and screamed my name. It was winter and -5 degrees outside, and it was completely embarrassing.
I justified that situation because you...
You did it. We were talking about it earlier. You literally did that. Like you went to it was Dr. Smood. Yeah, it was Dr. Smood. You came to the window. You put your eyes in like you were lurking inside.
I was around the area and I just wanted to check that.
What a coincidence that you were right around the area.
I mean, sometimes when you're in love, you do crazy things.
I just feel like...
You should see it as wow, he really loves me.
He really cares about me.
Yeah. And
I just think the most healthiest relationship is if you
look the other way and let the other person do whatever
No, it's not do whatever you want. It's just trusting them, and you shouldn't they shouldn't alter there's some things like correct, like compromises as in like, what are we doing for Thanksgiving? Yeah, of course you're going to spend Thanksgiving together. But if it's like a Tuesday afternoon and I want to go to the movies with a friend, the person should be able to, like there shouldn't be a controlling factor of like simple things like that. And that'll be the most healthiest relationship is just not letting it go, but finding out why you're unable to trust the person. Maybe you have trust issues again. Anyways, that's a psycho story. And it was -5 degrees outside. I wouldn't have even left my apartment.
They live in Russia. That's like summer for them.
Okay. Now, this was one that we obviously get a lot. And we also mentioned it earlier was looking through my phone while I was asleep. Did you ever look at an ex-boyfriend's phone while they were asleep?
I did, and I found something. So
what did you find?
That he was texting this other kid.
What was he saying?
Sending each other pictures. But we were deep in a relationship, so I wasn't that really we were we spent 6 years together. So around that time we started fooling around with other guys. So I didn't feel like it was a big deal. But what bothered me is like he keeps saying he never did, and I found it.
Right.
And then I just felt stupid, but like jaded, and that relationship was ending, so I didn't really. But here's the thing: if you look, you find.
If you look, you find. You know what? I'm gonna look through your phone one day.
There's only nudes.
Yeah.
Of mine.
Yeah.
That I take after the gym.
Why do you take so many?
I don't know. I'm just keeping a diary of my progress at the gym.
Oh.
They're all the same in the same location. So shut up.
Okay.
What else?
Next one we have is my now ex-boyfriend made me choose between him or a semester abroad. I chose a semester abroad.
Good for you.
Honestly, like at that age, like you're probably young going to school, studying abroad was probably the best thing I did in one of the best things I did ever my whole life. I went by myself. I studied abroad in Florence. And I don't know if there's any students listening, but if you're a student, study abroad for a semester. It's the best thing.
So an ultimatum, it's not a way to approach.
I mean, you're this young. Like,
I completely agree with her.
Someone is making you choose between studying abroad at the age of like 18 and like being with me. You choose the pasta.
You did good.
You choose the pasta and the pizza in Italy. That's what you choose.
What else?
Okay. Next one, we have my friends that I've been friends with for. Oh man, this reminds me of you too. My friends that I've been friends with for over 20 years would give me kisses on the cheek or spank my butt, and he would get so mad. Like extremely mad.
I mean, I think if I didn't know the person very well, like I would like at the beginning of the relationship would get a little like uncomfortable with it.
Okay.
But once I learn to know the dynamics you have with that person and how harmless it is, then I come around and I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Like if Walter slapped my butt, what would you do?
Can I join the fun?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what? Back then you would have been so mad.
Yeah, but I didn't know who he was, and he was so hot, and I'm like, fuck you.
It was the first night that we met. Do you remember the first night we met at Halloween?
Yeah.
We were at this party.
Him.
And Walter was also at this party, and I saw him like so excited. I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Like we were talking for like 5-10 minutes, and Christian was on my left side, or like he was a little bit far away. I think you were like at the bar or something, and I think you saw, and you stormed the other direction. And I was
That
like,
sounds
"Oh,
about right."
I was like, I wasn't sure if you were just like walking or like you were like I didn't think
I
you
have
were.
many numbers that wanted to be with me, and I just decided to be with you. So I wanted some respect.
Okay, well, we were just talking then, so like you couldn't control that section. And also, yeah, I also had
You put yourself in situations that are dangerous, and like my trigger. You are the problem.
I told you he didn't have.
I mean it.
You are so crazy. Oh my gosh.
Now you see
God
what
bless
I have
you.
to live with.
The next relationship that I'll have, I'm gonna be so.
That's in your afterlife,
my
motherfucker.
afterlife, I
Because
know.
if you leave me, I'll find you.
Help! Blink if you need help.
Okay, next
Okay.
question.
Our last one is she would never let me hang out with my friends. This is also wow. This is like literally. I feel like this did I write all these? She would never let me hang out with my friends because she feared I was cheating on her because secretly she was cheating on me.
And exactly, I go back to what we say earlier. Sometimes this jealous behavior is like covering or masking like the same behavior from the other person.
It's
Like,
like-
oh, I don't want you because you're gonna cheat on me. She was cheating on you.
It's projection.
I don't call it a
Yeah.
projection. I would
She's
say
projecting like, oh, like I don't want you to do this because I'm doing this. I don't want you to go to the Eagle because I'm going to the Eagle.
you said we were not gonna talk about the Eagle today,
I know.
and you brought it up.
I know I didn't mean to. I just
I had a cute little segment for the Eagle today. I got new cute underwear because I'm trying to bring fashion to that disgusting world over there.
okay.
We're cutting this out. Well, this was our show today. Thank you for listening. I hope you could relate to what I went through. I'm Latino and Venezuelan. This is in me. It's in my DNA. But like I said before, my last words will be, this whole jealousy situation is because I love him so much. And I was just trying to protect my relationship. And I didn't want to lose him. And I also was very young. Now I'm a little older, more mature.
Wait, a little bit more mature, not that much mature.
And you just have to see if that person is worth the trouble, is worth the headache.
Yeah. I think
And give it a
I
chance
think you
and-
also got mad at me because I wasn't getting jealous. Like you wanted me to get jealous so bad, I feel.
Yeah, well,
But it's not being jealous doesn't
You've
necessarily.
been jealous a couple of times the past year, and that actually made me feel.
That it's so
Good.
crazy that makes you feel good. But it doesn't necessarily make it mean like, oh, I care so much about this person that I'm like so jealous.
Oh, you want to continue talking about this subject? You didn't want to talk about this, and look at you.
I know.
Wrap it up.
Because okay, you know what, we're wrapping it up. But anyways,
Your final words on the subject.
my final words, those are my final words. Don't worry, everything gets better. If you are dealing with a jealous boyfriend, you heard my
But if
advice.
he has a kind heart and good intentions,
And he's so handsome.
and he might get better.
He might get better.
But if he's an abusive motherfucker, dump him.
for sure. I feel like also I've grown and I've changed. And I feel like if you were like that when I was then, if you were like that now, I think you would have gone the boot a long time ago if you were the same.
I know, I really treated you so bad.
Yeah, guys, we got that on video. Perfect. Well, anyways, that is our episode for the day. Be
was a
sure
great
to rate if you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify or Apple, rate it. Give us 5 stars. And
But give us the stars that you think with
5, please. And be sure
Our
to
rating goes a long way.
It does.
Now that we're starting this, we need your support.
be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We're all
Twitter.
at Bickering Podcast. I don't think we're on Twitter. Well, we are, but at Bickering Podcast, at Moti and Kari, at Christian Bendek, and we will see you next week.